Yep.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Mandala Effect. Thank you very much for joining. Today, this is part 2 in our 3-part series with Master Dev Om, and for anybody who missed it, go and watch last week's episode where we had a chat. You kind of gave us a bit of your background, and we spoke about how meditation can help you transform your life and how you can really begin to become the owner of your life. And today we're going to delve a bit further into that and speak about your health, your wealth, and your relationships. The 3 areas that most people suffer the most in, and maybe shed some light how you can step out of that suffering and begin to break free from the patterns that you've been living so far. So, welcome. Thank you for joining me again.
Thank you. It's my honor and happiness also to share the things with you and everybody.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So I have prepared some questions here.
Yeah.
Would you like to start with health, wealth, or love?
All things are important to people, so yeah, we can start from anywhere. You can start with the question.
I'll start with the question at the top.
Yes.
So, relationships and love. What is true love, and how do people find it?
Well, you are asking from a person who is actually madly in love, but not the way people normally understand love is. So when you want me to tell you about true love, I can only tell you what I experience in my life. And I am madly in love. I am a lover. I am madly in romance with life.
Yeah.
I am madly in romance with divine God. And this creature he has created for a beautiful purpose, and it's all through love.
Yeah.
So what I understand love as that amazing divine force and divine presence inside any human, where he actually, whenever he is under that divine presence, he himself starts to act like divine. So you see, when the person is in love or loving or sharing love, he is not a normal human from the ego and mind game. He's pure, he's divine, he's giving, he's sharing, he's forgiving, he's loving, he's caring, right? So everything happens. So true love for me is that amazing feeling of this beautiful presence inside me, where I feel deeply connected and bigger than what I am as a human. You know, love, when we say love is God and God is love, and this is exactly what I feel, that love is divine and divine is love. Now, when you experience that divinity in your emotions, anytime, with anybody, with yourself or with other, for me that is actually true love, because that is the most highest form of love.
Yeah.
To experience divinity through that. You know, so that is true love.
Yeah. Amazing. So I have a similar understanding.
Yeah, right.
And I believe that I love what you said about being in love with life. And that every morning I affirm to myself this love that I have with life. And then from a more as the human, from this perspective, then life will return that love to me in different forms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Life is your beautiful accelerator.
Yeah.
So what you give is what you get, and many more times more. So when you love life, you consider life as your lover or beloved. Also, when you love God, you consider God as your beloved. All the Sufis and there are many traditions in India also who actually have believing like that. So when you do that, when you treat them as your lover, then you are ready to surrender. You are ready to devote. And that is what actually requires No, that is what is required for you to become completely synchronized with the universe or with the divine. So surrender is the biggest and the fastest and easiest form of gaining synchronicity, right? And through that surrender or through that love, it became the fastest path for you to also experience the absolute oneness, right? So yeah, so if you love life, life will love back you. It's simple, no? If you love God, God will love you back.
It's simple. It's simple.
Yeah.
So if somebody then is listening to this and they're thinking, well, okay, how does that help me with my spouse? How does
With the
that help me
spouse?
with my partner? How does this help me find the perfect partner?
Yeah, so if you want to find a perfect partner, be the one first. That's as simple as that. Again,
as simple as that.
everything starts with the honesty and the authenticity and the purity. Because when you are simple, you are pure and you are divine. We learned this, right? So whatever you want in life, become the true magnet for that.
Yeah.
Because you are your own magnet, right? So if you want a perfect love, I don't know how you want to define it. You can define it, but be that one. Right, and when you are that, you are generating that energy. Those energies are creating ripple effect in the universe, and it is reaching to some receiver, somebody there who can receive that ripples and would come back to you. Right. So whatever you want, start giving it. That is the first rule of finding and having the true love or the perfect love in life. Problem happens with the mind is that the mind play this cunning small games that I don't want to give that much, but I want to take that much. It does not work like that.
No.
Then you are not being a lover, you are being an acquirer. You are being an intruder, right?
Yeah.
And not a receiver.
No, you're trying to take.
Take rather than give or something. So love works with sharing, love works with receiving.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Beautiful.
So when we correct the energies inside, universe notice that.
Yeah.
And then it, for example, upgrade you in your facilities, right?
Yeah.
That all right, now this guy is on a higher level of consciousness, or this girl is really doing good, authentic, pure, and I have to take care of this.
Yeah.
And then you get that.
And then that's what you get back.
Yeah.
And I've heard some really beautiful stories of this happening, especially in love and relationships, and I think it's beautiful. And I think if you maybe have a look at the past, like relationships that you've had in the past, and if they're not up to, if sometimes relationships can leave a bitter taste in our mouth, broken hearts and all of that. But if you have a look at what you gave in that relationship and who you were at the time, and then look at the situation and the person, you will probably see a reflection of you at that time and what you were giving. Would you say?
What happens that what universe says, I mean, it's a very beautiful song which says, broken hearts and broken wings, bring it all, everything, all is welcome here. And that's what universe sings, right? What happens that when we approach something, and whatever has happened in the past or whatever you have done, probably this is the best you could have done that time. So for now, what is important is to become free of that. Okay, so what you need to do is, you need to see within yourself that from which space you are approaching life, or from which space you are approaching the love in your life, or inviting love in your life. If you are inviting, or if somehow, knowingly or unknowingly, if you are inviting love in your life from the space of insecurity, what you will get? A huge insecure love. Right? So the person who will come in your life will be having great love for you, but also great insecurity. So like poisoned already. If you are inviting love from the space of your hurt, you will get another person who would love you madly, but would be so fearful of the hurt, or would be so bitter from the hurt from his own life, because you are inviting again from the space of bitterness or hurt. So what I always suggest is that purify the space within first. Because what you have inside is the space from where you will invite the love in your life. So life is your reflection.
Yep.
So once you are free from this, and once you are inviting love from a space of purity, authenticity, freedom, free flowing, and not to acquire the other, but just to have a beautiful companionship and beautiful togetherness and partnership, great. Then you will get that kind of love.
Yeah.
Right. So it actually depends on you.
Yes, absolutely. How can somebody purify themselves from the inside? What can they do?
Transformation.
Transformation, baby.
It doesn't work like that. It's not a thought, it's life. Right? If you have one positive thought right now, that positive thought is not enough until and unless you finish the possibility of having the negative thought following it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can have great positive thought, you can read many great positive thought books, you can do different kind of activities, ceremonies, meditations, techniques, whatever. But till the time real transformation happens and you finish the possibility of these negative thoughts coming back, you are not creating a pure space. You are creating a space. It is actually better than a complete unconscious space, because now you are conscious about it. You are creating a space consciously, but still the more unshakable purity would be there. You would get the much more profound energy you will generate.
Yeah.
Right. So first step is, of course, to see, are you actually hurt, or why do you want person in your life? Maybe just to pamper you, or just to pamper your ego, or just to give you some comfort. And what in return would you like to give, or what in return are you ready to give? Because many people I speak and they say, we never thought of this. All right, but nothing in this world is for free. And if something comes to you for free, it costs you your life. Always remember that. So once you are clear that I want such kind of person in my life, and I will also give that person this. So this is like, you are preparing yourself, and you are calling him from or her from a space of authenticity.
Yeah.
And equalness, not, it's like a justified space.
Yeah.
And not that, I need somebody who can treat me from just like a queen or king. Right. But if you want to be king, treat the other like a queen.
Yeah.
Or if you want to be a queen, treat the other like a king. And that's great. And have your beautiful kingdom.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But if you want to be treated as a queen and you want to treat the other person as a slave, then you will just get a treatment of a slave.
Yeah.
From a slave.
Yeah.
Right? But if you treat somebody as a king, that king will have the understanding how to keep a queen. Right? But if you want to keep somebody as a slave will have the understanding only about how to keep another slave.
Yeah.
And that's where everything mismatches. Right? It is such a simple formula.
It's so simple, but once again, our minds make it very, very complicated.
Because mind is cunning. Mind wants to save yourself.
Okay. So let's move on to money and careers, and this idea that society has painted of success.
Painted off?
Success.
Success, all right.
So, do you need money to be successful?
Depends how you want to define your success. Money and success are two completely different things. Money can be a medium to success if you want to just link or just check your success based on money. But for me, example, success is something really different. Success is when you sleep every night with this feeling, it was good to be alive today. For me, that feeling is success.
Yes.
And this feeling has to be there every night.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that feeling comes from everything. If money is required to have that feeling somehow, it's great, I don't mind. But I see people running after money in order to feel success, but they don't get this feeling in the night. And when people ask me, okay, you have been living this life for many years, what did you get? I just say this thing, that every night I get this feeling when I lie down on the bed that, oh my God, it was good to be alive today.
Yeah.
Thanks God for that, or thanks Divine for that.
Yeah.
You don't need to practice gratitude then. All you get is gratitude.
Yeah.
And all you get is such a deep connection within yourself and with Divine. And this kind of feeling or this kind of understanding about success does a miraculous thing, that it removes all the insecurity about success. Because what is the problem with the people? I know many people, when they were like normal people, they were just starting their work, business, career, whatever, they were like very happy people because they felt that they have nothing to lose. And then when they became successful, by definition, they also become full of insecurities because now they have many things to lose and they are becoming insecure about that. So is it a really success or not?
Yeah.
So whatever you are doing in life, even if you are earning money, if you are earning name, power, fame, whatever, I don't mind. You define that. But just remember one thing, that do you get this feeling every night when you go to sleep, that it was good to be alive today?
Yeah, which is beautiful and something that I wish I knew years ago, because I was building my previous business, my jewelry company, from a place of I need to be successful. And my success was defined on what society told me that success should be, which is money, fame, and, you know, I wanted to be the best jewelry designer in the UK and maybe one day the world. But that wasn't my path. It wasn't meant to be, but I made myself very ill, anxious, depressed, physically ill through fear, and through fear of not being enough. And I put a lot of that on how much money I was earning, even though I was earning a decent amount of money, but I did not have that feeling every night. I had a feeling of fear every single night when I went to bed and woke up in the morning. And I can tell you, I'd much rather this feeling of, wow, it was amazing to be alive today, than the one of, I don't have enough. I am not enough. And that is this has been one of the biggest learnings for me over the last 2 years, but also the last 3 weeks.
Yes. So it's funny, I have actually stopped working for money 2 decades ago. And I remember I was doing good things, big business, software exports, this, that, many things. And kind of successful in my career, and according to that age and according to all the peers I was having. But I was also having lots of pressure. But when my transformation journey started and I took initiation into the spiritual path and stopped working for money, since that and after that, after many years, I actually did not earn any money. I was just surviving on my basic savings and some basic things, because I was living in a Himalaya, in a jungle alone. There was not much money needed anyway. But the amazing thing happened after that is, since the time I stopped working for money, I never felt any problem of money or any dearth of money. Whenever I need whatever, it comes.
Yeah.
And the insecurity gone, the pressure gone, the fear gone, and yeah, I can understand that you guys can say, oh, because you are living some kind of spiritual life where you don't care about other things. But it's not about that. I am doing so many things, creating so many things. Things are happening. She's also part of it. And my entire work now aligns with the purpose of my life, and I of course need lots of money to complete that, but money is coming for that. So whatever I am doing, whatever I am earning, I am using it for that purpose. And because I'm using it for that purpose, and that purpose is bigger than mine or my life or my thing, or I need to create my home or get my car, I don't really need to worry about how I'm going to fulfill that purpose, because I know it's bigger than me. Me as this human cannot do that. It's something very beautiful, divine happening. And it is going to happen through me, or it is going to happen through you, or through many other people who are joining hands together, created this beautiful community and Sangha. But what it is doing is, it is not giving us any insecurity or fear or pressure. So when you are making your life purposeful and you are defining your success, aligning it with your soul purpose, or if you don't understand that, then aligning it with your level of inner satisfaction, because of course everybody understands that, right? Align your success with the level of your inner satisfaction, and then feel that how much successful are you. And for that, whatever money you need, you will earn that also. But why putting so much pressure, performance pressure, insecurity, fear, or fear of not having enough tomorrow? Hello, are you having enough for today? If you are, or if you are able to do it, why you are fearing tomorrow? Tomorrow will be reflection of today. But if you are fearing about tomorrow, that's another subject, but still it's important to tell. If you're fearing about tomorrow, you're actually poisoning your tomorrow today. So what you are poisoning today, you will get that poison thing tomorrow. Why you are doing that? Right?
Yep.
So money is good, but when you run after it, it's like a carrot tied up with this thing. If you run after it, it will run ahead of you.
Yeah.
If you sit, be restful, focus on what kind of life you want to live, a happy, satisfactory life, and try to build that whatever manner, and then whatever amount of money is required to build that will automatically come. That's how universe takes care. It comes perfectly through your synchronicity, but not through your greed or your rat race. Sorry, it doesn't work like this. What to do?
And I think this idea of the rat race that I tried so hard to be part of, and I didn't, and I knew, like, my body was telling me, Roseanna, you don't want to be a part of this, and so many people do, and I think we create our own rat race. How can somebody break out of the rat race?
When you are in rat race, that means you never took time to understand yourself. It's as simple as that. You just got hypnotized with the surrounding and started running. You don't even know whether you are a rat or not, whether that is your race or not. You don't took time to evaluate yourself, and that means you don't value yourself enough properly. Right? So when you get this self-value, you know what you need to do, how you need to do, how much you need to do, when not to do, when to stop, how to enjoy what you have done, how to cherish or relish the results of it, and how to create a direction from this, how to create a vision of my life through this. So all these things you need to think, because if you don't think about these things, because it is about your life, then who else will come and think? But the problem happens that you don't think, and then somebody else comes and say that, oh, we already thought about you, you don't need to think. So your parents or your teachers or your guides or your motivators or your friends or your peers or people in your office, they somehow subconsciously tell you, we already thought about you, you don't need to think, you just need to start running. And you start running because you never thought. So take a driver's seat in your life and know the direction where you want to go, and then you will not be in the rat race, because you will have your own direction. Okay, and even if probably it is the same direction where the rat race was going, you will not be in the rat race. You will be going in your own pace, in your own speed, in your own way, in the same direction. So even if you want to create a comfortable life for you, or you aspire to be a very beautiful jewelry designer, or a successful jewelry designer, probably your successful meaning could be that, all right, whenever I work for anybody, that person feels so happy with it that it will hold it dear, and it gives me also happiness, right? So happiness can be actually the yardstick at the base of everything.
Yeah.
So the moment you start to lose happiness in doing anything, this means you have already started going to the wrong direction. Come back to the path of happiness. And when you're happy, then everything is going good. And then by virtue of you walking on that path with happiness, you will start getting the good results as blessings.
Yeah. Amazing.
That's how it works.
Okay, we're going to come on to happiness in a moment. My next question, and we may have already covered it, but how can somebody find their purpose? How can they find this
All right.
happiness?
Wonderful. So finding your purpose and happiness is different. Basically, when you find your purpose, you anyway feel happy. How to find your purpose? Well, it can start from knowing your vision about your life. That what kind of life you want to live ultimately, how you want to enjoy this life in this world, how you want to share through this life in this world. So these are basic questions which you can ask yourself, that ultimately forget every situation, whatever is burdening your mind, make your mind free for a moment and ask this from yourself, that what kind of actual life you want to build for yourself and live. That can be your vision about your life. All right. Now, when you get that vision, then you can think about that what are the things you are passionate about, what you really feel good. If you say, I don't know about my passion, then okay, you can start that. What are the things you really like doing, and they become natural to you whenever you do that. Those things can become your passion, because when you do that, you don't remember the time or the effort you need to put in that. It is like a meditation. Passion is like a meditation, right? So find out those things whether they are which you are passionate about, or which you are they are natural to you, like a free flowing thing. And then what you can do is you can align those skills or that passion, see that if they align with your vision of life or not. Can they help you build your life the way you want to build it? Okay, and then can they help you build a life where you can share that beauty of life which you want to live with others also? When you get this alignment, that creates your purpose of life. So you discover that. And then when you start living it, when you start working towards it, it gives you amazing satisfaction and success.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? This is a formula everybody can get it.
Yep, and I'm just sat here thinking, my passion is this. The vision of my life is I really want to help people and help people realize their freedom, and then start having this realization of, I'm living my purpose.
Perfect. And
so it works.
Yeah, and whenever you live your purpose, you really get a happy sleep at night. At least this thing that, today my life was usable, valuable, good.
Yeah.
Right?
And that comes back to that love with life.
Yeah.
Create a life that you're in love with.
And then you also learn to, you also understand this joy of sharing, right? It's just about giving it back to life.
Yep.
What is that you can give back? This gives you huge joy, huge satisfaction.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move on to health. Now, when people are stuck in the rat race, when they can be attached to making money, when maybe trying to find the perfect partner, get married, settle down, whatever, and this can cause a huge amount of stress. And stress, as we know, is one of the biggest contributing factors to disease and illness. If somebody is facing a health scare, maybe they're not living in alignment and they're experiencing this manifest now in their physical body, what advice would you give them?
Well, whenever you are facing health issues, you need two things. One thing is treatment, which is obvious, which everybody does. But another, which is much more powerful thing, is inner fixation. Inner fixation actually fix you. And you also include your health. Mm-hmm. Okay. You also include your mind. Mm-hmm. You also include your emotional patterns. And you also include your energy flow. in your body. So we live on 4 levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So when you do this inner fixation, it's actually you are fixing the leakage points. In inner fixation, when you fix your life on physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level, it aligns and then it creates a wholesome health. Okay, because till the time these fine layers of our being are fixed in totality, you cannot achieve the total health. And when you take care of your entire health in a wholesome manner and all the levels, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, then what you achieve is a total health which actually is going to support you for your life, to live a happy and fulfilling life, to achieve your purpose, also to achieve your success. Right? So you need the wholesome health. And this also gives you a deeper connection with your own self, which normally people don't take care of themselves in order to, run in the rat race or doing this, doing that. As you were mentioning, okay, finding a nice partner, finding a nice career, finding a nice life. You generate so much of stress, and don't even worry that how I am going to deal with that. Whether my body or my mind is capable enough to handle that pressure or not. And then you start suppressing so many things inside you. You start suppressing expressions on the name of saving relationship or many things. Because of the cultured society, suppression is in our blood, right? And that suppression causes you cancer, causes something big. And then one find out, oh my God, what is it I have done in my life? Why I'm getting this? What I have done to achieve this? Exactly. Knowingly or unknowingly, you were doing it. It's important to wake up for that. And yeah, you have gone through this. You can share your example.
Yeah, I mean, when I listened to this, and I did so much research at the time, but I was in the rat race. I was trying to be somebody, do something, achieve something. And I worked myself into such stress, anxiety, fear, depression that ultimately I experienced this as a cancer manifest in my body. And this is, it stems back a lot further than just the stress that I was under, a lot of repressed emotion. I never felt I could express my emotion, and anger. There was a lot of anger there, and I didn't understand. But when I was diagnosed, I knew that I had to take responsibility for my life and create a radical change. So this meant me connecting to myself in my physical body by getting treatment, connect to myself in my emotional, mental and spiritual body, and my life has, I recovered in a very easy and graceful way. Not really, but if you look at it on paper, it was a very smooth journey. And and I really did experience a miracle, and I'm so grateful for what I went through, but it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't learned to connect to myself.
Yes.
And that for me, I'm now healthier than I have ever been. I live every day with vitality, and I'm so grateful for everything A, I went through, and B, that I have now. And so cancer's been a blessing, and illness can be a blessing because it can be a wake-up call.
Oh yes, for sure. Why? Because actually life wants you to live. And if you don't live, even if you are in this body and you are just only under stress, that means you are not living. So life gives you some slap somewhere. Hey, stop. Look at yourself, what you are doing. Connect properly and live this life properly. Value this life, value this body, value this and that setup. It's all about self-valuing, right? And so health, actually, when you achieve the wholesome or total health, in that you also achieve a great self-value, right?
Yeah.
So many times people get trapped in a very outer thing when it comes to health. They talk about, all right, keeping a healthy body and eating only organic food or turning vegan, all that is the healthy lifestyle. And I agree with that. But that is not the complete healthy lifestyle, because for me, complete healthy lifestyle is that when you are taking care of your body, your mind, your emotion, and your energy, all 4 levels, that is the wholesome. So on physical body, all right, whatever your body feels good, eating, and or your mind, you are not stressed when you are eating, so that your body is absorbing that nutrition nicely, and your mind is not poisoning it by giving some stress. And most of the thing I feel sometimes all these groups and families or even partners or relationships and girlfriend, boyfriend, you have to speak only when you are eating. Why? I mean, come on, no. Don't do that. Don't get into any struggle or debate or, argument when you are eating. No. Save it. In India, we traditionally have this tradition that when you are eating, nobody give any hard time to you, or they give you time and space to eat nicely, because it is more like a prayer. And this is the real prayer. If you feel that divine is inside, you are praying for it, that you are taking care of it, right? So eat healthy, but eat in a healthy manner, that not eat in stress, not eat in tension. Become connected with your food, become connected with yourself. Similarly, whatever you're doing for yourself, just be present in that. Just feel connected with that, and see yourself as a wholesome being, and fix your toxins. Like, we don't want any bad food or toxic food in our belly. Also, you don't need to have any toxic thing in your thoughts and your emotions also, right? So all those things are also very important, and that will make you achieve the wholesome health and a wholesome life.
Definitely. And if you are experiencing something in your physical body, in your external reality, we talk about inner fixation. Fix it internally.
Fix it internally.
Internally, with be it your physical health, your thoughts, and this is probably the most important lesson I think people can learn, is that the internal creates the external. So what you're feeling inside, you will see outside. So if you're seeing something going wrong, maybe connect to yourself and see how you can work within yourself first. And so, final question for this episode is basically what the whole episode has been about. But how do we create lasting happiness in our lives?
Oh, wonderful. Lasting happiness. Yeah, by creating a beautiful life for you. When you build an amazing life, a life of your vision, a life of your satisfaction, you feel happy every day. So when you talk about lasting happiness, it is something which lasts every day, right? It doesn't go. So, and whatever you are doing the whole day actually will impact it. So when you are living every day with your vision of life, with your purpose of life, with your inner happiness, with your satisfaction, with this joy that, oh my God, this is so beautiful to live in this life, automatically it will bring you the lasting happiness. So if you want a lasting happiness, you have to build a life of your vision, of your purpose. And that vision life, that purposeful life, that beautiful life will bring the lasting happiness in your life.
Amazing.
Simple.
And if you're still not sure, go back and listen to the whole episode again, and then
Yeah.
Amazing. So I hope that if you've had any questions, this in some way has helped you answer them. But if you have more questions about life and the reality that we are really living in, then watch out for next week's episode, because we are going to be going deep into the matrix and how we break free of it. So exciting times.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Namaste.